problem with in person. And if it's working for you, great. But the question you need to ask yourself, is it worth the gas? Is it worth the time? Is it worth the sweaty back? Because my back's going to be all sweaty, because you better be wearing a business shirt, be dressed up a little bit nice because you're going in there, right? Is it worth the mileage on your shoes? Is it worth the stress from going in the wrong direction? I know how many in-person calls you can make in a day, and the number is 7. Okay, might be a little bit more on a given day, might be a little less, but it's 7. Tony G can hit 7 calls in 27 minutes on the phone. Is he going to be as, come in there as bombastic as you barging into the office? Absolutely not, right? And everybody might love you, but if they did, we'd all have our cameras on, right? So I don't think it's the best thing. Now, if you're making over $1 million a year and you don't need to make $5 million because you're looking at a house and gosh darn it, you need that $5 million, don't change anything. But if you're like, hey, whatever amount I'm making right now, I need to make more money, probably one of the first things you should do is figure out how to be more efficient, right? And there's no way you can manually see 20 people in an hour. The other thing about an in-person is you don't have the ability to leave an everlasting voicemail. When you stop in, they're like, okay, can you drop off some stuff? And where your stuff goes that you drop off after you leave is there in the trash, right? But if I call Tony, hey Tony, Matt Easton, founder of Easton University, you and I both attended the conference in San Diego. Hey, I was hoping to walk by your booth and connect with you guys. Big fan of what you're doing, but there is something going on that everybody that's in the camera world is having to deal with right now. Nobody's talking about it. I want to make sure you're aware of it. I'm on mobile, 720-660-3202. I know exactly how long it took me to leave that. It's 28 seconds. To call him, to hear his skillful outbound message. You've reached Tony. Your call is very important to me. Please leave a message or send a text on how I can best respond, and that's exactly what I'll do. Beep. I can do that, guys. I can do that. 80, you can make, because we've talked about this, the 80 calls, it's less than 2 hours when you have a skillful script and you're following it. So that's what I would do, Lucas. I mean, if it's working and you're making a ton of money, keep doing it. If you want your life to be easier and your auto insurance to go down and put less money on your car, try making calls. It's not that worse, and in some cases it's better because a lot of people don't like to be interrupted that way.